scalar field, we now use psi, yeah? Yeah? Looks familiar, Henry? Yeah? And then now, it's conventional which one we take, and now we can take this and we have that. And that is the Dirac equation which describes this fermionic field. And if we look, the gamma matrices are defined to be that. Okay. 0, and then gamma I. You've seen the Pauli matrices or Paulian matrices. Okay. All right.
Gamma 0.
Sorry?
How depends on the presentation. We use another gamma 0.
I'm sorry? The gamma 0? You were saying?
We use that one.
Okay, let's take gamma 0 for now. Okay, so what becomes clear from when we look at this is a 4x4 matrix. So this is a 2x2, 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 you know. And what becomes clear is because the 4x4 becomes reduced into a block diagonal. So that means the solution to this Dirac equation can be written like this, where you've got this will be the right hand spinner, and that will be the right left and right hand spinner, and these are called wall spinners.
Oh, that's in the wheel representation.
Yeah.
Not in the Pauli Dirac representation. That's why.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just introducing this without skipping all the subtleties, because I mean, if we discuss, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to skip, and what I want to get on is to why. Okay, the talk is a taste on Feynman diagrams, and it's a taste.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So.
Thanks.
If you don't mind me skipping a lot of things in the interest of time and taking things by faith, you realize, because of then now this will have if you plug them into the equation and you look for their solution, they'll have the spinor orientations, the up and down spinners, and that would describe this field. In fact, I can quickly show you that if you take that, okay, take that to be, because it depends on P, we look for that solution, yeah? Then what we'll need to solve, when you put in that equation, what we'll need to solve for is this quantity. And this quantity will come out to be something like this. If we look at the rotation in the P3, by P3 it could be PZ direction. Okay? Make sense? So these become your spinners, and also they satisfy. Now we have this becoming down. We can have another thing becoming up like that. Yeah? And therefore we can write this with an S there, where S is 1 or 2. Yeah? And this satisfies both orthogonality and completeness relationships. So with if we look at the orthogonality relationship, we'll have it like this. Okay. If I have R there. Okay. This is with the orthogonality relationship, and then we will have a completeness relationship where you sum all of them, sum all of our S. Okay, I need to tell you about about U bar. Okay. Yeah. I need to tell you about U bar. Okay. Okay. Now U bar, normally we use psi and psi conjugate, right? It turns out that if you want the conjugate that's needed, we take this combination so that it satisfies the appropriate vector properties. But yeah, these are one of the subtleties that I try to skip in the interest of time. So what I wanted to show you is that eventually, if you believe what ends up happening if you try to calculate these quantities, you will have I skipped Green's functions and they turn out to be necessary for this discussion. But okay, could you, okay. I can quickly mention a word or two about the Green's function, because it will turn out to be the propagators we need, and because we need to see where Feynman rules come from. Okay. Now let's recap. Okay. A partner to this will be, here I started with the minus, right? I can do this with the plus, yeah? And then I have V of P, yeah? And then it will be much similar to this, but the difference is this relationship, instead of a minus here, it will come out to be a plus here. Yeah. So then we have got this one's, the interpretation is that this one is associated to the antiparticle, and this one is associated to the particles. Yeah. So that would mean this antiparticle, that antiparticle. Then now we'll, maybe let me just go to Feynman rules, and hopefully without looking at the Green's functions and seeing where the propagators come from, you can take by faith that you will have quantities in this sense. So the Feynman rules, then we apply Feynman rules here, and we see what we get. Yeah. Because that's what we're here to do in Feynman diagrams. Any questions? Okay. So Feynman rule is that okay. So with each internal momenta, so here the Feynman rule says that with these internal lines, we should associate some momentum, whatever. You can use any variable Q, yeah? And what we should do as well, there's incoming momentum here. So this will have momentum P1, right? And this will have momentum P2, and this will have momentum P3. Let me call this P4, P3, so I can stick to my notation. Okay, so now what we want is that when it comes in here, the momentum coming in must be the same as the momentum coming out, right? So Feynman rule says if we want to impose that conservation of momentum, we need to put a delta sign here to ensure that the momentum is conserved, okay? And because this is some interaction, what we also need to put is the coupling constant as they interact. So with every vertex, we can put a coupling constant, alpha like that, yeah? Okay? And another thing is that we need, another thing is that we need a propagator for this, right? So now this is a photon. So the propagators, which we would have seen by looking at the Green's functions, if you have the scalar field, the propagator looks like that. Okay, and for the fermionic field, whatever, the propagator will look like. Okay, I'll put this notation and I'll explain it later now. Okay, and for a photon, the propagator for it okay. So what will end up happening is that now we'll assign the propagator here, because this is a photon, we'll assign that propagator minus. Yeah. Okay. So we're almost there. One more thing. What we do with these lines. Yeah. So the rule is that. Okay. Let me write the rule. So these are for propagators. So there are many. You can always look them up. You don't have to memorize them, but you could if you can. So for the fermionic, if the incoming lines, these ones, what we is that for the fermions or particles, if it's incoming, we assign U, which is that one, and if it's that, we assign U bar, right? And then for the anti one is the other way around. If it's incoming, we assign, if it's incoming, we assign V. If it's outgoing, we assign V bar. Okay, so I think we have all we need now. Propagator, that V bars, and with all that, and we see that these quantities, as we saw, they depend on P. So they will have the P1s, Ps, all included in there, right? So now, what we want to calculate the differential, the cross section will depend on where this quantity will depend on what you calculate here. Okay? So the way we do it is we follow Feynman rules, which I have 5 minutes to do. Okay. So there are many subtleties. If you take this by faith, we start here and we go this way, which this will be P4, P3, and then we go that way in the center, and then we go this way.
Can you clarify what the axes are for the diagram?
Which
Space
is-
and time?
Space and time.
Oh, okay, yes.
Which is which?
Not necessarily. Well, we could put it some x's, but it doesn't necessarily have to, because this is just a number.
I think your
But-
time is go from left to right
But yes.
because you draw the Feynman diagrams for electron like
Yeah.
that
Yes.
and for positron.
Yes. So the convention is. Thank you for pointing out. The convention is if I put positron here, I can point an arrow. But if I don't, if you see an arrow, you can put the time like that, and this symbolizes it as if it's going.
It should be maybe from bottom to top, because your photon is very fast, right?
Us. So.
The wave
Yes.
is photon is very fast. So almost
Yeah.
instantaneous.
Yeah. So there are rules to handle that, but I mean, in the interest of time, can I skip that question? Yeah. But what you should take out of this is that what we're calculating is a number, and that's the number that will give us the differential cross section. Does that make sense? So that's what we use Feynman diagrams for. They said that there's another physicist, I think it was Schrödinger, isn't it? I'm not sure. He said, because previously this was just brutal calculations. So now Feynman found a way to represent it in diagrams and put simple rules to calculate those quantities. So he said, in a beta sense, he said, now that Feynman has come up with the diagrams, anybody can be a quantum field theorist if you can draw pretty pictures. So in a sense, this it's simplified. It simplifies the calculation process, but I mean it's just a number. It's no more than a number. Maybe at least for now. Okay. So if you believe me on that, I can quickly write down the results, and you can take it as a matter of faith. Okay. Then now I didn't tell you what is, we said there's a coupling constant here. So our coupling constant will be E, which is the charge. Okay. Okay. Then we have that. Okay. Okay. Let me write this here. Okay, so this term is this part of the diagram. Yeah? So it's just put and multiply all these things, and